Boundless Necromancer is a Korean manhwa, written and illustrated by Regis Studio. The studio that brought you Solo Leveling and Return of the Disaster Class Hero. Genre: action, adventure, fantasy. Status: ongoing. Chapters: 7. Summary: I never thought I could become a hunter. I never thought I'd get the chance. But that wasn't the case. The Tower of Trials has selected all suitable candidates from Earth. Please select your difficulty. The rewards you get will be directly proportional to your chosen difficulty. I was given a chance just now. A special one, at that. Academy's Undercover Professor is a Korean manhwa, written by Saren and illustrated by Tana and Wag. Genre: action, adventure, comedy, drama, fantasy, mystery, school life, supernatural. Status: ongoing. Chapters: 30+. Summary: I wasn't reborn with talent or ability, but at least my knowledge from Earth allowed me to stay one step ahead in this other world. Magic exists here, and new progress was rapidly being made in science while magic stagnated in the name of tradition. Using my earthly knowledge and not bound by the traditional thinking, I was able to do things other wizards couldn't even imagine. Still, inadvertently becoming an undercover professor for a mysterious secret society at the renowned Zuran Academy was never in my to-do list. Existence is a Korean manhwa created by artist Mapam X Super Comics. Genre: action, adventure, fantasy. Status: ongoing. Chapters: 15+. Summary: one day, it was a herd of ants, and another day, it was a large dinosaur. This was the last reincarnation of a being that had experienced tens of thousands of reincarnations and lives. He was born as a human with the power of every single life form he had ever been. Why did he have such an ability? Lee Jane finally came to understand. I exist to eradicate mankind. The World After the End is a Korean manhwa by the author of Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, author Sing Sean. Genre: action, adventure, fantasy. Status: ongoing. Chapters: 40+. Summary: an original story, brought to you by the author of Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, author Sing Sean. This is about a man who didn't regress when everyone else returned back to the past. Humans were suddenly summoned to become walkers, and they needed to clear the tower to save the world. Floor 77, the Stone of Regression was discovered. Walkers could now return to the past. Slowly, everyone left. Humanity's last hope, Carpe Diem, was formed, made up of people who refused to abandon the world. The last walker reached floor 100. He no longer knew what to believe. Heavenly Inquisition Sword is a Korean manhwa by Regis Studios, the ones who brought you Return of the Disaster Class Hero and Solo Leveling. Genre: action, adventure, martial arts, Murim. Status: ongoing. Chapters: 20+. Summary: he is the master of the 9 heavens. Yun Jeka was the child of a second wife. Viciously bullied by his father's first wife and his siblings, he was later imprisoned in a warehouse after his father died of illness. It has been 10 years since his escape after he had learned martial arts that were out of the world. I regard the Yun family with great bitterness. The unstoppable adventure of the sole successor of the Heavenly Inquisition Sword, Yun Jeka, begins now. Murim Login is a Korean manhwa written by Zrobik and illustrated by Jang Chul Byung. Genre: action, adventure, comedy, fantasy, martial arts, Zainan. Status: ongoing. Chapters: 120+. Summary: an era where hunters thrive on hunting monsters that come from gates. Jin Taekyung is a low-rank hunter who picks up a VR machine, and accidentally logs into the game, which is set in the world of martial arts. After many ups and downs, Taekyung is able to escape this world. The strength and skills, which he received in the Murim, were able to be carried over back to the real world. This allows him to continue making a living a hunter. But he decides to return back to the world of Murim, out of care for his NPC friends. Helmet, The Forsaken Child is a Korean manhwa written and illustrated by Kid Studio. Genre, action, adventure, fantasy, supernatural. Status, ongoing. Chapters, 26+. Summary, Helmet was a child who had been abandoned in the demonic beast forest at birth. Raised by demonic beasts, the first human that he met was the sword Saint Darien. Little did Helmet know that the chance encounter would soon shake the foundation of his fate. Grow stronger if you want to get out of here. The boy who lived like a beast was thrown into the human world. He possessed overwhelming swordsmanship, outstanding looks and sharp intelligence, but there was one thing he lacked: humanity. I am no longer prey. I am now a predator. The Lazy Lord Masters the Sword, also known as Reformation of a Deadbeat Noble, is a Korean manhwa written and illustrated by Doip and Lee Dae-eun. Genre, action, adventure, fantasy, supernatural. Status, ongoing. Chapters, 60+. Summary, Rene Pereira is a boy who sleeps to run away from reality. People mocked him, calling him a deadbeat, but he had no wish to change. Until one day, he dreamt of a swordsman. It was a dream about a talentless man who had been training by swinging his sword for decades. Skeleton Couldn't Protect the Dungeon is a Korean manhwa written and illustrated by Sasori. Genre, action, adventure, fantasy, supernatural, tragedy. Status, ongoing. Chapters, 200+. Summary, a dungeon minion that dies failing to protect his mistress, wakes up 10 years prior with his first summoner. Able to see blue notification windows reminiscent of a game, the skeleton makes use of its ability to wake up within the past to try to protect those he loves, only to fail repeatedly over and over. At every time, the skeleton learns more of the world, finding itself left confused as truths about people, nations and reality as a whole are revealed. Pick Me Up, Infinite Gotcha is a Korean manhwa, written and illustrated by Hermode/Chowoone of Rita's Studio. The studio that brought you Solo Leveling and Return of the Disaster Class Hero. Genre, action, adventure, comedy, fantasy. Status, ongoing. Chapters, 19+. Summary, the mobile gacha game Pick Me Up is known for being brutally difficult, and no one has been able to clear a dungeon. Loki, the fifth among all the world's masters, loses consciousness while trying to clear the dungeon. Upon waking up, Loki finds himself turned into a 1-star level 1 hero, Islathan. It's him. I'm certain he's the one who brought me here. In order to return to Earth, he must lead novice masters and heroes and break through the 100th floor of the dungeon. You messed with the wrong person.